So I'm going to show you how I made the song S.O.S. On this one, I'm sort of dragging Jamie along like a lapdog in a rich woman's purse or a Birkin bag.
I'll take that.
Yeah, but we did the vocals in this room. However, most of this I made in my bedroom, but I still think some of the sounds are pretty cool, and I'd like to show you how I made it. First, I color code everything. I really like using Roy G. Biv as a way to break things down visually. My drums are usually red as the bass. My little sound effects are usually orange. The bass is yellow. My vocal sitting in the middle is green. Guitars, blue, and then keys are usually purple. I'll play you the demo so you hear where it started. So this is what I came up with when I wrote the song with Kevin Griffin. Mostly the same, but claps are still cool, still got this like Talking Heads kind of energy. The biggest difference is that the chorus of the original did this. Right, and then in the final version of the song, there was a lot more. There's that telegraph. So, what's happening here? There's a kick doubled with a stomp. This snare. This hat, which is actually my drummer sampled from a show that we played once. And then I've kept the tambourine in from the original demo that I cut with Kevin Griffin. So you got this live element. The crashes are all things I've sampled from my drummer over the course of the last few years. These fills are lazy, and they're from Splice because sometimes you can take shortcuts and it's okay. It's pretty simple. You know, you're not really gonna beat that much. There's this nice cool little beatbox element in here just to add some extra percussion every now and then. Just a little bit of chorus, a little bit of flanger on that. So you've got it panning in the ears. And then one thing that's really cool, a lot of the EP is held together by pieces of different analog drum machines. For S.O.S, it's this clap from a DR660. You would think it's a live clap. It's actually just the clap from the drum machine, pitched up and down. Ba, 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 ba. That blended together with an 808. Just nasty. Come on. And then, this is cool to me too. This is another element across a lot of the EP songs, is that instead of using traditional risers and impacts and like the really obvious things, I liked this idea of using Foley from VHS tapes and VCRs. It gives this sort of like very almost subconscious nostalgia that you don't even really hear, but it's in all the songs. You've just got the sounds of tape winding all over the place. And then with the sorts of new sections, like here in S.O.S, when we drop into the hook, tape stops. Well, the whole song was originally a full step up. It was another key up. So one of these guitars is the guitar from the original demo, warped down. This is the warped one. And then I doubled it with my Telecaster in the true key. Just very... My favorite band is Nirvana. I'm obsessed with very fuzzy, warped, chorusy guitars. They're all over the place on this. And then, as a little ear candy here and there, you've got this piece of the guitar that was feedback that I took and reversed, kind of gave it this sort of pulse like this. Like this. Now the thing that really separated this song for me was the Morse code that I talked about in the interview segment, which is simple and just took a little bit of chopping to put it on time. I can't remember where I found that sample. The gang vocals I did at the house, but the lead vocal here was all done with Jamie, and we used an SM7 for all of this. It's a pretty desert island kind of microphone, I think, for most people. I don't know, for me at least, if I were to have like one mic I could use for the rest of my life, it's an SM7.
Yeah, it's a flattering mic. It's a dynamic mic, so what we ended up doing, and this is an old school trick, I guess, is basically you turn the speakers on, and rather than using headphones, you just leave them cranking, and that's like, plenty of people do that, and the SM7 has often been the mic of choice for that application. I mean, it basically, being dynamic, it doesn't catch that much ambience, so when you're right in front of it, it's listening to you. And, for you, I just thought we could do this sort of buttoned up. Problem with a lot of vocals, you get into this pro setting, and you sort of like, you're effectively, you would never do that on stage, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
You stand there and somehow, certain people would, I guess, and get away with it, but for you, you just got all this energy. So it was just weird to have you sitting or,
I agree.
So what we would love, just we turned the lights off, we were doing these night sessions, and you just were like ripping and running around and just sort of doing a show, basically.
Right, and that was important to me, was that these feel live. These are songs I'd already played with my band a few times, and a lot of the way that my band were playing the songs is how I ended up producing them. I would produce a bass part the way my bass player would play it.
Totally. So, you get bleed doing this method.
Right.
But basically,
you can
if you're going to keep it, who cares about it?
You can hear it in the background.
I want to staple this into my memory this time.
Then I'll cut it.
We're on the same side, I'm not your enemy. You gotta be better.
But it's kind of negligible.
It's negligible. You get that with headphones, with a fancy mic. If it's that, attuned to its environment, if you've got your headphones pumped, you hear that as well. So choose your bleed, basically. I'd rather have bleed from speakers than from headphones in this kind of situation.
And the only thing that really changes through this song, I tried to find ways to blend the fill that I got off of Splice and a fill that I played the day that I tracked drums writing the song, and a fill that I made of little percussion sounds, just the way that they sort of come in and out through the course of the song. They each gets a little more prominent, so you get interplay with them. In the first chorus, sort of like this. That's one that I made, the little percussion. And then back to the. And there's this other one I've got to turn on.
I'm never present with you and I need to.
You get into the choruses.
And I pull the same old
Just little machine noises and stuff like that.
So if you had to do this properly live with all the instruments being played by a human, how many people would it take? I like the idea that someone's doing this massive fill, then you pan over to a guy like on 2 micro drums going.
Yeah,
and then someone operates, hang on, Morse. Beep, 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 beep. Do you know what I mean? And then someone's got the VHS and like, hang on.
It would look
pretty sweet.
It would look like LCD sound system.
Yeah.
It would be 10 people on the stage doing these different, and one guy just plays the VHS player. But that's S.O.S.
Yeah, love that.